McLaren has made a radical turnaround and the MCL39 could change everything in F1. But what if I told you that this car is totally different from what we expected? Before I tell you, tell me in the comments. Do you think McLaren can dethrone Red Bull in 2025? McLaren has had one of the most impressive comebacks in the history of Formula One. After almost 3 decades of ups and downs, they achieved what few expected, winning the Constructors' Championship in 2024. But this success was not the result of chance, but of the meticulous work of a team that decided to transform its mentality, its structure, and its technical approach. The man behind this transformation is Andrea Stella. Since his arrival as team principal, Stella not only reorganized the operational part of McLaren, but established a clear philosophy. Every area of the team had to operate with absolute precision, without gaps or distractions. His leadership was key to McLaren going from being a competitive team to a structure capable of challenging Red Bull and Ferrari in every race on the calendar. One of the most surprising aspects of McLaren's success in 2024 was the speed with which they managed to improve their car. The MCL38 became an extremely versatile car, capable of adapting to different types of circuits with an almost perfect balance between straight-line speed and downforce in corners. It was not the fastest car in qualifying, but its performance in the race allowed it to be a constant threat to its rivals. However, McLaren does not want to stop at this achievement. For Stella, what happened in 2024 is just the beginning. Although their initial goal was to reach this level in 2025, they managed to get a year ahead in their planning, which means they now have the opportunity to take an even bigger step. The team is aware that, although they managed to overtake Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship, the fight for the driver's title is still not settled. Lando Norris was very close to Max Verstappen for much of the season, but Red Bull's consistent performance prevented him from fighting until the very last race. McLaren know that if they want Norris to have a real chance in 2025, they need a car that is not only competitive, but that makes a difference on the grid. That's why, instead of settling for an evolution of the MCL38, they have decided to take a risk with the MCL39. While other teams might opt for more conservative solutions, McLaren is taking strategic risks with its new car. The idea is clear. It's not just about defending the Constructors' title, but about making it possible for Norris and his teammate to directly challenge Verstappen from the first race of the season. Zak Brown, CEO of McLaren Racing, made it clear that the team's ambition has changed. If before the goal was to be competitive again, now the message is different. McLaren wants to win and do so in a convincing way. This aggressive mindset has led to the development of the MCL39 being based on an innovative approach that challenges many of the previous ideas about the design of modern single-seaters. Andrea Stella has also insisted that the key to McLaren's success has not only been the technology, but the internal cohesion of the team. It has created a working environment where each person understands their role and knows that their effort contributes directly to performance on the track. In his own words, at McLaren there is no room for negativity or internal conflict. The team has learned from its past mistakes and now works with a clear and common goal. This change of mentality is reflected in the way McLaren will approach the 2025 season. Unlike 2024, where the team improved its performance as the races went by, they now want to arrive at the first round of the calendar with a car capable of fighting for victory from the start. The challenge will not be easy, as Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes are also working on innovative concepts for their new cars. But McLaren has already shown that it is not afraid of challenges. In 2024, they managed to surprise everyone with a car that no one expected to be so competitive. Now, with the MCL39, they are looking to make a definitive statement and establish themselves as the new team to beat in Formula One. The question that remains is whether this commitment to innovation will be enough to break Red Bull's dominance and put Lando Norris in a position to fight for his first world title. McLaren has decided to break with tradition and take a completely different path to that of its Formula One rivals. Rather than settling for a natural evolution of the MCL38, they have opted for a radical approach that challenges many conventional ideas about the design of a car in the category. This strategy responds to a clear objective: to build a car that not only competes with Red Bull and Ferrari, but has the real ability to surpass them in all key areas of performance. The philosophy behind the development of the MCL39 is based on 3 fundamental pillars. The first is aerodynamics, which will be completely revised with the aim of maximizing airflow efficiency in all phases of the race. In 2024, McLaren already surprised with a car that adapted to different circuits without losing competitiveness, but for 2025 the aim is to take this versatility to another level. The idea is to reduce aerodynamic drag as much as possible without sacrificing downforce in high-speed corners, something that has historically been difficult to achieve in modern Formula One. The second pillar is the structure of the chassis and suspension. McLaren has identified that one of the areas where they can improve the most is in stability and tire management throughout a race. To do this, they have opted for a total redesign of the suspension system, in order to optimize traction on corner exits and improve the car's ability to maintain consistent performance on long runs. This aspect will be crucial to face Red Bull, which has been the benchmark in tire management in recent seasons. The third pillar is preparation for the 2026 regulations. Although the next big revolution in Formula One will come in 2 years, McLaren has decided to get ahead and implement innovative concepts in the MCL39 that will allow them to be better positioned when the new regulations come into force. This strategy is risky, as it means the team is devoting resources to a long-term approach rather than focusing solely on the present. However, if they manage to execute this transition correctly, they could gain a significant advantage over their rivals in the future. The development of the MCL39 has also been influenced by McLaren's ambition to develop Lando Norris into a serious contender for the driver's title. In 2024, Norris proved he had the talent and consistency to challenge Max Verstappen, but on many occasions he found himself with a car that was not up to par in race conditions. McLaren wants to remedy this problem by ensuring the MCL39 is a car capable of fighting for victories from the first race, without relying on external circumstances or mistakes from its rivals. The team led by Andrea Stella has acknowledged that this radical approach carries certain risks. Introducing so many innovations in a single year can lead to unexpected problems, and the lack of previous references means they will not have a clear point of comparison at the start of the season. However, McLaren believes the potential benefit far outweighs the risks, and they are confident that the strength of their technical team will enable them to solve any challenges that arise along the way. Another key aspect of the development of the MCL39 has been the collaboration with their technology partners. In recent years, McLaren has strengthened its relationship with key suppliers of materials and simulation systems, allowing them to accelerate the implementation of new solutions without the need for so much physical testing. This progress has been instrumental in the team's ability to innovate without losing competitiveness on the track. McLaren has not revealed all the details about the design of the MCL39, but what is clear is that they have taken a completely different direction to that of their competitors. In a championship where the difference between success and failure is measured in thousandths of a second, the decision to bet on a bold approach could be the key to turning the team into the new benchmark of Formula One. The big question is whether this strategy will pay off from the start or whether McLaren will need time to fine-tune its concept before it can challenge Red Bull and Ferrari on equal terms. 2024 marked a turning point in McLaren's recent history. After 26 years of waiting, the team won the Constructors' Championship in a season that tested its ability to adapt and constantly evolve. However, within the team, no one considers the job to be finished. On the contrary, the real goal is yet to be achieved. McLaren is not looking to be a competitive team for a single season, but to establish itself as the new dominant force in Formula One. The MCL39 represents the team's biggest technical gamble in many years. Unlike its rivals who have opted to evolve their previous concepts, McLaren has decided to move away from what brought them success in 2024 to try and build something even better. This approach is not without risks. Innovation in Formula One is a double-edged sword. If the calculations are correct, the result can be a car capable of making a difference in all key areas of performance. If the execution is not right, McLaren could find itself with difficult problems to solve once the season starts. The team is clear that the competition has not been left behind. Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes have all learned from their mistakes in 2024 and are working on advanced concepts to make up for lost ground. Each of these teams has top-level technical, financial and human resources, meaning the margin for error for McLaren is minimal. In order to be able to fight again for the Constructors' Championship and above all for the driver's title, the MCL39 will have to work perfectly from day one. One of the biggest challenges will be to maintain the strategic advantage they achieved in 2024. McLaren was one of the teams that best understood the dynamics of long races, optimizing their car to be more competitive on Sundays than on Saturday qualifying. This philosophy allowed them to compete effectively against Red Bull, which still had the advantage in terms of pure performance on a single lap. However, for 2025, McLaren does not want to rely on a single strength. The aim is to build a car that is fast in all aspects, both on long runs and on fast laps. The role of Lando Norris will be decisive. In 2024, he showed that he has the ability to fight with Max Verstappen and challenge the best drivers on the grid. But individual talent is not enough. For Norris to be able to challenge for the title, McLaren will need to provide him with a car that allows him to compete on equal terms with Red Bull. This means improving the car's consistency on street circuits, fine-tuning the tire management strategy, and reducing any weaknesses in race starts and restarts after the safety car. In addition to Norris, stability within the team will also play a key role. Andrea Stella has built a working structure where each technical area operates with absolute precision. The key to success in 2024 was the unity of the group and the trust in a common working philosophy. If McLaren wants to consolidate its position at the top, it will have to maintain this synergy throughout the season, avoiding any internal fissures that could compromise the development of the car or the execution of strategies in the race. The big question is whether this aggressive approach will be enough for McLaren to take absolute control of Formula One. In 2024, they managed to overthrow Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship, but the next step has yet to be taken. The difference between being a team that wins occasional titles and being the benchmark in the category is in the ability to sustain performance over time. The first indication of the McL39's potential will come in preseason testing. If McLaren can show an immediate improvement compared to its 2024 version, then the possibility of them dominating the season will be a reality. But if the initial results show problems or inconsistencies, the team will have to react quickly to prevent Red Bull or Ferrari from regaining the advantage. 2025 will mark the real challenge for McLaren. The team has the talent, the resources, and the ambition to become the new benchmark in Formula One. But in a championship where every detail can make the difference, there are no guarantees of success until the lights go out in the first race. The fight for absolute dominance is about to begin, and McLaren is ready to face the greatest challenge in its recent history.